Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Trivia Night number 6. We're about ready to rock and roll here in a few minutes. A few more people filing in. The only bar trivia game where you don't have to wear pants. I see Miss Jenny's in the house. Samantha Green, hello. Jars of Mayo, hello. You like the new hat? It sparkles. It's got lights in it. It actually matches the outfit now. Get myself up and running here. $14 looking good. Hi, Mike and Michelle. How you doing? Miss Emily's here. Jess and James. Judge Jimmy James is in the house. Buddha's not wearing pants. He's winning the Puit. Well, then he fits the style of the game quite well. Samantha, I have no idea. This is just copyright-free rock music. Mom and Ken are playing as well. Excellent, excellent. Show no mercy against them. No, pants are optional. So, I'm just saying, this is the only bar-style trivia game that you can play without pants if you choose to. When I host bar trivia, they kind of frown upon it if you come in there without pants. I should know. Hey, me here. Hey, all me here. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get this thing rocking and rolling here pretty quickly. How you guys all doing tonight? Beautiful day outside. I hope you guys got out in your yards. 6 feet apart, of course. Before we begin here, hey, Kelly's here. Before we begin, I'd like to talk about this week's brewery we're spotlighting. It's Broken Clock Brewery here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm drinking the Blood Orange New England IPA. It's called the Redcoats are coming. The Redcoats. Forgot to put that one in there. Pants are discouraged. If you haven't checked out Broken Clock, please do. It's delicious. Delicious beer. And if you own a brewery or you know people that do own a brewery and they want to be spotlighted on my trivia show, put them down below. Have them send me a message or a comment and we'll get you spotlighted on another episode. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Ha ha! Giggity giggity. Alright, I hope you guys all got your bets placed with each other. Gambling is encouraged, just like no pants are encouraged. I should say no pants are required, gambling is encouraged. I should put it that way. Alright. David's in the house. Hey Dave, how you doing? Alright, you guys ready to get this thing rocking and rolling? Looks like we're up to over 20 now. Alright, let's cut out the background and we'll put on the old Chill 7 and we'll get going with this game here. There we go. Time to sit back, relax, play some trivia. If this is your first time joining us, we're going to have 2 games of trivia. You play by yourself at home or play against whoever you're playing against. Text your friends, text your relatives. Keep your own scores, the honor system, at home. Please do not put answers in the chat room. Don't ruin it for other people. I appreciate that. Game's going to consist of 3 rounds. The first round's going to be 10 one-point questions. Any question you get right, you get 1 point. Then we're going to have a mystery round with 4 questions in it. The mystery round has a little theme to it. You'll understand it when we get to it. Those are each worth 2 points apiece. Then we'll have a final question, which is worth 5 points. 5 whole points. Then you can add up your scores, and then we'll play a second game after a beer and bathroom break. Once again, if you missed it, this week's beer is brought to you by Broken Clock Brewery in Minneapolis. I'm drinking the Redcoats Are Coming Blood Orange Ale. It is delicious. Not ale, IPA, pardon me. Well, hello, Clarice. That was my best Hannibal Lecter. Hello, Clarice. Brandon and Nadia are in. My ma's in. Hey, Ma, how you doing? BP, Nadia, good to see you. Filthy Rich is in the house. If you haven't seen this week's episode of Brews and Boxing, check it out. We do all sorts of good stuff. All right. So, now that we've gone over the rules, here are the categories for round number 1 of game number 1. First question is going to be magazine covers. Magazine covers. Followed by math. Mr. Liberty, hi. Hi, Mr. Liberty. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. The third question will be Best Picture nominees. Fourth question will be about Netflix. Fifth will be World Cities. 6 is Art History. 7 is Business. 8 is TV spinoffs. 9 is Rock Bands, and then we'll end up number 10 with Beverages. Now, I played both games here by myself again today, as I normally do. I did replace a few questions. Game 1 seems to be a little harder than Game 2. So if you don't do well in Game 1, please stick around for Game number 2. It is a little easier in Game number 2. But, that being said, no excuses, because we're going to start off with question number 1 right now in magazine covers. Although the border of Time magazine is usually red, for the April 28, 2008 cover, it was what color? The headline for that week's issue was, How to Win the War on Global Warming. Now, Samantha, you're going to do great. So once again, you write down the answer. I'm going to give you the answer. If you get it right, you get 1 point in this round. 1 point. Let's get that tie all straight here. Oh, that's good. All right, question number 1 answer coming your way. Although the border of Time magazine is usually red, for the April 28th, 2008 cover, it was what color? The headline for that week's issue was How to Win the War on Global Warming. That should have been your clue, especially with Earth Day just happening, because the answer is green. Green, as you can see, had a green border that week. Green. If you got that right, give yourself a point. If you didn't, you don't get no point. Moving on to question number 2 in the category of math. 4 pi r squared is the formula used to calculate the surface area of what 3-dimensional geometric object? Once again, 4 pi r squared is the formula used to calculate the surface area of what 3-dimensional geometric object? Think back to your high school days when we're doing geometry. 4 pi r squared. All right, the answer to question number 2 is coming your way. 4 pi r squared is the formula used to calculate the surface area of what 3-dimensional geometric object? And the answer is a sphere. A sphere. Sorry to all you flat earthers out there. That's how we did the surface area of the Earth, because it's a sphere. 4 pi r squared. Moving on to question number 3 in Best Picture nominees. What small town northeast of Boston lends its name to the title of a 2016 film that was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture? You can give me the name of the town or the name of the movie. Either one's fine. Reminder to everyone, especially the new players, all these questions in the first round are worth 1 point apiece. If you get your question right, it's worth 1 point. Plus, I forgot to mention, the answers I have are the answers that we're going with. If for some reason they're incorrect, that's what they were given to me, so it's not my fault. All right, answer question number 3 coming your way. What small town northeast of Boston lends its name to the title of a 2016 film that was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture? You can give me the movie title or the name of the city, because both are in there. The name of the city is Manchester. The movie was Manchester by the Sea, with Casey Affleck buying a soda somewhere, I heard. That's what I heard. I heard Casey Affleck was buying a soda. All right, moving on to question number 4. In the category of Netflix, maybe. Uh-oh. There we go. Big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later. Who is the subject of the 2019 Netflix documentary Conversations with a Killer, which includes archived footage as well as interviews with family, law enforcement, and others? Buddha is wicked smart. Wicked smart. All right, answer to question number 4 coming your way. Who is the subject of the 2019 Netflix documentary Conversations with a Killer, which includes archived footage as well as interviews with family, law enforcement, and others? If you said the Tiger King, you're absolutely 100% wrong. The answer is Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, you get no points. Do not pass go. We're going to question number 5. In world cities, name one of the 2 most populous cities located in countries that border the Persian Gulf, both of which are national capitals. Just got to give me one. Name one of the 2 most populous cities. Also, if you guys didn't notice, I did make a post on the Raider Live Facebook page. We had to delay the theme night trivia till next Friday, this upcoming Friday. I did put a little poll on there of what you want to have for the first theme night. I believe we had on there Star Wars, Star Trek, 30 Rock, and Parks and Rec, and Kevin Smith movies. So please make your vote in there in the comments. Throw some in the chat room here too if you want. I'll place those votes in there too, of what you want the first theme night to be this Friday at 8 p.m. We will be playing again, but it will be theme night. The Office, huh? Well, I don't know The Office as well, but I bet you I could do it. All right, question number 5. In world cities, name one of the 2 most populous cities. That's one of the 2 most populous cities located in countries that border the Persian Gulf, both of which are national capitals. Ryan Hype, I'm pretty sure you've been to at least one of these cities. You had to give me one, and one of them was Tehran or Baghdad. Both I don't think you really want to go to, but who knows? All right, we're at the halfway point of round number 1. How are you guys doing? Please tell me you got at least 1 point. Post your scores in the chat room where you're at, 1, 2, 3, or 5. Ryan Hype's been to neither. Well, I'm sure you've been close. It's probably a good thing you've been to neither. All right, moving on to 6. in TV sitcoms? Oh no. This was in art history. I apologize. Art history. I changed this one. 3 of 5. Hey, not bad. 3 for Emily Good. 3 for Nadia. 3 for Samantha. 2 for my ma. Hey, all me here. 3. Buddha's got 4 points. Holy moly. Miss Jenny, you better have 5. All right, question number 6. The Renaissance cultural movement first emerged from the area that is now what country? This is art history, I believe. Art history is the category. I changed this question over. Ooh, a tie game at Miss Jenny's house. All right, question number 6. Answer coming your way. In art history, the Renaissance cultural movement first emerged from the area that is now what country? Miss Emily, I hope you got this one right, because you were there. I know you were there because I have a present from there, from you. And that, of course, is Italy. 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 All right, moving on to question number 7. In business, Alphabet Inc. is a multinational conglomerate that was formed during the 2015 corporate restructuring of what company, which now exists as a subsidiary? That was a tough one to get out. Funny little story about this beer here. It's a little ways hike from where I currently live during a quarantine. It's about a 40-minute drive to the brewery. But I did love the brewery, and I love the beer they have. But they have a little thing on their website where you can type in where you live, and it'll tell you the closest store that you can buy their brew. So I highly recommend it, especially if you like New England IPAs. You get the red coats are coming. This blood orange, it is delicious. Absolutely delicious. And if anyone from Broken Clock is tuning in tonight, thanks for joining the show and checking us out. Please check us out next week. We do this every Saturday at 8 p.m. And then every other Friday, we do a theme night starting this Friday. I will tally up the votes on Monday to tell you what the theme night will be. Going on to the answer of question number 7. Alphabet Inc. is a multinational conglomerate that was formed during the 2015 corporate restructuring of what company, which now exists as a subsidiary? Well, I didn't know this one. It was just a hard question to even say. But the answer is Google. Alphabet's now the parent company of Google. As you can see, Alphabet goes to Google, Calico, Google Capital, all the way down to YouTube, which we're broadcasting on right now. So, thank you, Alphabet Inc., for letting us broadcast to all around the world. Moving on to question number 8. In TV sitcoms, or spinoffs, Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy are spin-offs of what show that ran from 1974 to 1984? Ma, you better get this one right. Dad, if you're watching, I'm sure you'll get this one right. TV spin-offs. Laverne and Shirley, Mork and Mindy. They all spun off from one show. What was that show? Hey, 5's a good score, especially when we're 7 questions in, maybe 8. I'm sure you may have got this one right. But we'll find out, because the answer's coming your way. Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy are spin-offs of what show that ran from 1974 to 1984? Now this answer actually had a lot of spin-offs. These were 2 of the most famous ones. People don't realize they're a spin-off of this show. Because the answer is Happy Days. Happy Days. They both originated on Happy Days and were spin-offs of Happy Days, believe it or not. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. If not, you didn't get the point. Maybe you'll do better on this one because we're moving to question number 9 in rock bands. In the 2010s, what rock band released studio albums titles... Let's start that over again. In the 2010s, what rock band released studio albums titled... It's just worded wrong. Titled Wasting Light, Sonic Highways, and Concrete and Gold. They're 7th, 8th, and 9th overall. You know, I typed these out and I proofreaded them, and apparently I missed this one. I don't know if Happy Days was a spinoff. I didn't know that. If it was, that's cool. But the answer to that question, because, as I said, what I have is the correct answer for what we're playing with. Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy were direct spinoffs of Happy Days. They both first appeared on Happy Days. I'm sure you got that right, though, Dave. All right, the answer to question number 9 coming your way. Ryan Hype, you better have got this one right. In the 2010s, what rock band released studio albums titled Wasting Light, Sonic Highways, and Concrete and Gold? They're 7th, 8th, and 9th overall. Just said, if you didn't know it, just throw a random rock band out there. You might have got it. You might not have. The answer is the Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters. If you got that one right, give yourself a point. If you did not, maybe you'll get it on this next one. It's in beverages, and 2 weeks in a row we have a Gatorade question, as weird as that is. Name one of the first 2 flavors of Gatorade that were produced. There were 2. The first 2 that came out. Plenty of flavors. I just need one of the 2 of the first ones of Gatorade that were produced. Weird that we have 2 Gatorade questions in back-to-back weeks. All right, final question of round number 1 is coming your way with the answer of name one of the first 2 flavors of Gatorade that were produced. I just needed one. If you said grape, you're wrong. If you said cherry, you're wrong. Or my favorite, the apple ones, you're wrong. Because the first 2 were lemon, lime, and orange. Those are the first 2. So you just need to get one of them. And you give yourself a point. All right, that's it for the 1-point questions of game number 1. How are you at? How you doing? Because we're moving on to the mystery round, each of these mystery round questions are worth 2 points apiece. 2 points apiece. Our mystery round category this week is a little complicated, but it's a lot of fun. It's called Twisted Titles. That's all right. Hey, all me here. We're going to get you some points on this one. I guarantee it. Mystery round, Twisted Titles. It's a fun little game. So the correct response to each part is the title of a long-running sitcom with just one letter changed. Give the new title based on the new description. Now, I know this sounds complicated, but I'm going to give you a little example here that'll clear it up for you here a little bit. So, going back to Happy Days, if I said, Richie Cunningham and Arthur Fonzarelli get overly sweet and sentimental on a sitcom that ran 11 seasons beginning on 1974, you would change one letter in that to make that clue right. So it would be Sappy Days. You change the H to an S. It'd be Sappy Days. Because sappy for being sweet and sentimental. Changing one letter to make a new title. Hope that makes sense. I like Twisted Titles. It's a lot of fun. It's just hard to explain, but you'll get it. You're just going to change one. Give me the new title. Here's the first one. Happy Days. Yeah, it could be. But no, it's not. It's Sappy Days on the first one. All right, the first one. A sitcom starring Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, and others about 2.5 dozen of a certain chess piece. So you take the show that I'm talking about, change one letter to fit the clue, and then you give me that new title. All right, the second one. I'm not going to give you the answers till the end, so don't worry about it. We're just going to move through them, and they'll all be up there. Second one. Candice Bergen is best known for her role on a CBS sitcom as the title character whose facial expressions are always showing displeasure? Again, give me the new title by replacing one letter. Alright, the third one. Ted Mosby tells an absurdly long story to his kids about all the wagers he made with his wife. Again, name the show. Change one letter so it makes sense on the clue, and you'll have the new title of the new show. And the last mystery round question. Eric, Donna, Michael, Steven, Jackie, and Fez have been known to discuss frozen precipitation, while sitting in a circle in a drug-induced haze. Once again, Eric, Donna, Michael, Steven, Jackie, and Fez have been known to discuss frozen precipitation while sitting in a circle in a drug-induced haze. Alright, those are the 4 mystery round questions. Those are all worth 2 points apiece. Remember, you gotta change one letter to make it the new title based on all the clues I gave you. Twisted titles is a lot of fun. Sometimes it's a little tough to pick it up, but once you get them, it's a lot of fun to figure it out. My kid checking in. He spelled sun wrong, but hey, love you, buddy. And if you're not on his stream, Roblox Will plays games. If you have kids that like to watch kids play games, Roblox Will plays games on YouTube. That's what he does. He plays Roblox and other games. Oh, Broken Clock, you outdid yourself with that one. That's really good. All right, you guys ready? Are you guys set? Because these are each worth 2 points apiece in the mystery round. Let's do the answers. The first one was a sitcom starring Tina Fey, Alec Baldwin, and others about 2.5 dozen of a certain chess piece. The show is 30 Rock, but we're not doing 30 Rock. You got to change one letter, and we're talking about chess pieces, so it'd be 30 Rook. 30 Rook is the answer to that one. If you had 30 Rook, give yourself 2 points. 2. The second one, Candice Bergen is known for a role on a CBS sitcom as the title character whose facial expressions are always showing displeasure. Well, the show we're talking about obviously is Murphy Brown, but if her face is showing displeasure, she becomes Murphy Frown. Murphy Frown. Alright, the third one. Ted Mosby tells an absurdly long story to his kids about all the wagers he made with his wife. The show obviously is How I Met Your Mother, but to change that to make it sound right with one letter is How I Bet Your Mother, which sounds all sorts of kinky. Alright, and the fourth one, the final 2-point question mystery round. Eric, Donna, Michael, Steven, Jackie, and Fez have been known to discuss frozen precipitation while sitting in a circle in a drug-induced haze. The show would have been That 70s Show, but they're talking about frozen precipitation, so that would be That 70s Snow. If you got that right, give yourself 2 points. That was Twisted Titles, our first mystery round of the evening. Got them all right, that's 8 points. That can catch you up real fast. Hope you had some fun with that one. I always like twisted titles. We're going to move on to the final question. This is worth 5 points. 10 total. This is where you can throw down your scores right now, but the final question category is movie villains. Movie villains. This one's worth 5 points. It's a little harder. Dime Slayer, welcome to the group. 12 points. That's a good score to start the game. All right, here's your final question, worth 5 points. In movie villains, on four occasions, Jim Carrey has been nominated for the MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. I know you got to be thinking hard about these ones. Jim Carrey movies. God, everyone's seen all the Jim Carrey movies. Which ones was he villains in? one, since it's the final question, worth 5 points. And you got to get 3 out of 4. Yeah, I work hard on my editing on all my shows here. This one's real easy to edit. Just while writing the questions and making all this takes a little bit. It's a few hours work, but it's worth it. It's a lot of fun to hang out with you guys every week. All right, I hope you guys got your answers in, because the final question of game number 1 is coming your way. On 4 occasions, Jim Carrey has been nominated for the MTV Music Award for Best Villain. Name 3 of the 4 films for which he was nominated. Ooh. Here we go with the answers. All right, the first one. You have to have 3 of the 4. The first one I'm dressed like. It's Batman Forever. He played the Riddler in Batman Forever. Everyone should have known that one. Especially I'm giving you a big clue by wearing this outfit. All right. The second movie, which he was nominated as a villain, and my favorite Jim Carrey movie, by the way, The Cable Guy. It's The Cable Guy. I just want to hang out. No big deal. All right, the third one where he's nominated a villain for, a little more recent, was The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Might need to get 3 out of the 4 to get the 5 points. If you got 2 so far, you're waiting on this last one. And honestly, I've never seen this last one, but I hear it's fantastic. So, the final one. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events is the last one where he was a movie villain that he was nominated for. If you got 3 of those out of the 4, then give yourself 5 points. And then throw your scores in the chat room for game number 1. Let's see how you did here. Place your bets in there too. Tell me what you're betting at home or with your friends. It's always fun to see those. And this is the time where we do the beer and bathroom break. So, if you need to go pee after drinking your beers, or if you need a new beer, 15, 12, not bad. This is the time to do it. We'll start the new game in about 4 minutes or so. 15, a lot better than you did that last week, Emily. Fantastic. A lot of big scores for game number 1. I felt like that was the harder game, too. So, there's hope. 15 for Brandon and Nadia. 7 for my ma. 21 for Miss Jenny and Buddha. They're combining forces. Wonder Twins power activate. 21. Oh, geez. Well, you guys could play against BP and Nadia because you just kicked the snot out of them. 21. Holy cow. That's a lot. You guys must have had a lot of fun in that Twisted Titles. That's the way to get the big score. Oh, I thought you were playing against Mom and Ken. Hi, Jesse and James. Dime Slayer, is that Marcus? Marcus, is that you? Will got the 3rd supervillain one. Good job. Oh, that's Travis and Sarah. Oh, okay. Travis and Sarah, how you guys doing? Former trivia partners and escape room artists, friends of mine. I say former just because we haven't been able to do that in so long. They're still current. We'll go on and do it again when it all happens, when we all get free. There's Marcus. Hey, Marcus, how you doing, buddy? Mark of Dimes. We're bringing all sorts of people to know each other together in the chat room tonight. If you don't know people in the chat room, come on in. Introduce yourself. Make new friends. Marcus jumped in late and still got 9 points. Hey, that ain't bad. You got a full second game coming your way, Marcus, so don't worry about that. You can play against your friends, Jess and Jimmy, and the Larsons, and Travis, and all the people that are in the room. Hi, Mom and Ken. Good to see you guys in here. Hope you guys are having fun. Can't wait till I can see you guys at the tailgate again. Where do we post pictures to prove being pantless? I believe that is Reddit. I believe you can do that on Reddit. YouTube, that's against the terms of service. Marcus brings a lot of sexy to the trivia tonight. It's hard to compete with Sexual Z, but it is. Filthy Rich is a Raiderholic. If you haven't seen Filthy Rich in our Bruising Boxing show, you need to, because here come the money. Here we go. Here come the money. Money, 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 money. Marcus, I actually have a... Marcus is in a fantasy football league with me. A couple of them, actually. We're in a keeper league together. I'm sure Filthy Rich has fallen asleep at this point now already, but I have a trade idea that you might want to listen to, so I'll text you about that later. He's Sexual Z every day. It's when he decides to turn it on. It's like a alter ego. Alright, let's get the categories at least up for game number 2, so you can kind of figure out where we're going with here. We're going to get the first question in about 2 minutes, but here's the categories. I don't think anyone's from Florida today, but I hope so. I hope we're expanding out there. You need to tell your friends so they sign on and play it. I don't know if you're friends with Tamer down there, but that'd be cool if he could get on there. I know Jason Max was on here last week or 2 weeks ago. He was in Florida for a while. I think he's in Tennessee now. All right, the categories for game number 2 and round number 1. First one is going to be about toys. 2 is in Bugs Bunny. 3 is going to be about the show MASH. 4 is in architecture. 5 is in TV competitions. 6 is MLB stars. For those of you who don't know sports, that's baseball. 7 is in 90s movie characters. 8 is in memoirs. 9 is U.S. monuments. And then 10 is 70s music. Now, in the second game, the mystery round is the visual mystery round. So we'll have a visual one. And of course, we still will have the final question. Sort of like when Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk. I don't think it's his shirt that rips, though. That's funny. Dave, you have friends on the internet here every week for sure. I'll tell you that. Hey, Keith, Azure, and Aiden have shown up. Hey, how you doing? Oh, that was you guys the whole time. Okay, now I see it. They run a online sports bet. Bobby. I had it for Bobby, and I saw that. Another one coming soon. I hope it's football, because I'm in on that. I'm in on anything. I'm a degenerate. So make sure I'm in there. All right, I am monologuing. All right, let's get around with game number 2 here. You guys are all ready. The break's over. If you haven't peed yet, tough luck, because we're going with question number 1 in game number 2 in the category of toys. Here's question number 1. The term action figure was coined by Hasbro in the 1960s to describe what line of toys that were marketed as America's Movable Fighting Man. Dave, you always have friends up in Minnesota. You know that. Once this thing's all over, maybe I'll come down to Florida and visit you guys down there. I've thought about it. I just hate Florida. I know Dave from Canterbury used to be a dealer up there. All right. Question number 1 in toys. Answer coming your way. Reminder, this is a brand new game, so go ahead and erase your points from game number 1. They no longer matter, and these are all worth 1 point. So, the term action figure was coined by Hasbro in the 1960s to describe what line of toys that were marketed as America's Movable Fighting Man. That answer is G.I. Joe. Knowing is half the battle. He was originally known as America's Movable Fighting Man, G.I. Joe. I'm sure most people got that one right. If you didn't, you have a second chance here because question number 2 is Bugs Bunny. And it's question number 2. In the 1950 theatrical short, The Rabbit of Seville, features Bugs Bunny and what other Looney Tunes character? It's weird the things you remember from your childhood that just pop into your head. Like this question, I remember this cartoon very distinctly. And there was no words spoken in this one, The Rabbit of Seville. It's obviously a play off The Barber of Seville. So, the answer coming your way in Bugs Bunny. The 1950 theatrical short The Rabbit of Seville features Bugs Bunny and what other Looney Tunes character? That character, of course, is the legendary Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd. That wascally wabbit. Alright, let's move on to question number 3. In the category of MASH, producers of the show MASH received over 1,000 letters after the death of what character in the final episode of the 3rd season? Did you ever get turned on when Bugs Bunny dressed up like a girl bunny? No. 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 Wayne's World reference. You gotta love Wayne's World. Sorry, buddy, you can't do that one. Can't come in and say hi. Sorry, bud, you can't on the screen. It says it's for adults. I can't have kids on it. Kids gets flagged and we might get shut off. Sorry, buddy. But if you want to see my son, he does have a awesome YouTube channel called Roblox Will Plays Games. All right. Question number 3 in the category of MASH. Producers of the show MASH received over 1,000 letters after the death of what character in the final episode of the 3rd season? This character's plane got shot down over the Sea of Japan. It spun in, and there were no survivors. That was Colonel Henry Blake. Colonel Henry Blake. One of my favorite characters on that show. So many great characters on that show, actually, but I felt like that show got worse after he left. I liked Trapper John, too. So when Trapper John left, I didn't like it as much either. But, Mom, I'm sure you got that one right. And if you got it right, give yourself a point. If you didn't get a point, and you need to watch more MASH. All right, moving on to question number 4 in architecture. Art Deco architecture originated in what country in the years before World War I? Potter was good. I mean, I just felt like Trapper John and Henry Blake were funnier. That makes sense. Potter was a Colonel Sherman T. Potter. He reminded me a lot of my grandfather, Grandpa Rader. I don't know why, but he just always did. They kind of held themselves in the same way. He had that more stern sense of humor, which is actually pretty funny. I didn't really like B.J. Honeycutt. I didn't really care for him. I didn't think Charles was that funny. Give me Frank Burns. Give me Trapper John. Although Klinger got funny. Originated in what country in the years before World War I? Art Deco. I had no idea. You'll get it on this next one. In worthless TV competitions, as I call it, what TV competition series hosted by LL Cool J and Chrissy Teigen originated from a reoccurring segment on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. This could also be the Cliff Clavin of who are 3 people who have never been in my kitchen, or who are 3 people that I don't find funny at all. There's an episode where Klinger, he's in a pink bathrobe and pink fuzzy slippers, and he builds a hang glider, and he jumps off a cliff, and he's trying to hang glide away, and they all look up and they see a giant bird with pink fuzzy feet. That's what I remember about Klinger. I always loved that episode. Maybe we'll have more MASH questions in the future. I do like MASH. And actually, I threw that one in there because the question that was in there was not a fun question. Nobody would have got it. But hopefully you got that one. Because question number 5's answer is coming your way. What TV competition series hosted by LL Cool J and Chrissy Teigen originated from a reoccurring segment on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon? Once again, 3 people that have never been in my kitchen and 3 people that I don't find funny in the slightest. They actually made a show out of this. I can't believe they did. And the show is called Lip Sync Battle. Sounds awful. Sounds like, I don't know, bar karaoke televised. Except they're not even singing. I don't know. Who knows? The only air band I like is on Scrubs. Sounds like they stole it from Scrubs. All right, we're going to move on to question number 6, halfway through round number 2 of game number 2, or round number 1 of game number 2, pardon me. This is an MLB Stars, that's baseball stars. The question, what MLB baseball player's career record for stolen bases is roughly 50% higher than the player with the second most? And since I didn't say that very well, let me repeat that. What Major League Baseball player's contract, see, I tried to say it a second time, and I can't. Shout out again to Broken Clock Brewery, because this beer obviously is affecting my speech. And it's that delicious. One more time, question number 6. What MLB player's career record for stolen bases is roughly 50% higher than the player with the second most? Alright, the answer coming your way, and everyone should have got this one because he's a very famous player. Even if you don't watch baseball, you should know who this is. What Major League Baseball player's career record for stolen bases is roughly 50% higher than the player with the second most? No, it's not Hot Sock. It is Rickey Henderson. Rickey Henderson. Dave, I know you got that one right. Dave is a baseball genius. You better have got that one right, or else you got to take up a new sport. WNBA just had their draft 2 weeks ago. Maybe you watch that one. By the way, any Packers fans out there, if so, I apologize. You need to be drinking more than I do, because holy cow, what are they thinking? The Packers drafted like that one guy that you want in your fantasy league every year because they draft a kicker in round 2. It's like, what was that? All right, question number 7. In 90s movie characters, in what 1997 film directed by Paul Thomas Anderson does Mark Wahlberg play a character named Eddie Adams who adopts the stage name Dirk Diggler? And Buddha, if you don't get those in right, we're no longer friends. You could not have missed Rickey Henderson. There's no way you missed that one, Dave. And just kidding there, Sexual Z. We'll always be friends. We're family. We're more than that. We're family. But if you get this wrong, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. Yes, the pudge is cut. I'll tell a little backstory about that one after I give the answer. I hope Pudge is playing tonight. Say hi to your mom for me, too, as well. I miss her. It was good seeing her at bingo there that night. I don't know who's second in stolen bases. I don't care about baseball, Dave. I mean, I play the fantasy baseball. I just draft and then I turn it over to Annie every year. I mean, I watch the Twins. That's about it. But question number 7 coming your way. The answer now: in what 1997 film directed by Paul Thomas Anderson does Mark Wahlberg play a character named Eddie Adams who adopts the stage name Dirk Diggler? Now, the story behind that one is my buddy Buddha there, Sexual Z, his brother taped what we called the Pudge's director cut, because it was just 3 scenes, and it was the dance scene and 2 other scenes we can't really talk about, but that is, of course, Boogie Nights. Boogie Nights. And something I didn't realize until I did this, that was John C. Reilly in Boogie Nights. I couldn't believe that. I forgot that he was totally in that movie. I don't know why. All right. The Pudge's cut of Boogie Nights. Going on to question number 8. In memoirs, what former FBI director wrote the 2018 memoir A Higher Loyalty, which sold more than 600,000 copies in the first week after its initial release? Pudge, if you're watching, I do love the Pudge's cut of Boogie Nights. We had many a laugh over that many times. Growing up, Pudge was, I think, 5 years younger than us, and we kind of adopted him in growing up, you know, as our buddy and mascot. He used to hang out with all of us. And I apologize again to your mother for if we spoiled the Pudge, because we did. Or corrupted the Pudge, I should say. The Pudge is watching. Good seeing you again, Pudge. When I went and played bar bingo, surprised those guys by showing up to bar bingo, I walked right by the Pudge, and I was like, I believe that's the Pudge that just walked by me. And he had to turn and look right at me when I said that. It was great. And Pudge, you're a hell of a public speaker. I'll tell you that. Great job. All right. Question number 8. Answer coming your way. What former FBI director wrote the 2018 memoir, A Higher Loyalty, which sold more than 600,000 copies in the first week after its initial release? This guy is like 7 feet tall. I mean, he's a monster. That's James Comey. James Comey. He wrote A Higher Loyalty. James Comey. Got that right, give yourself a point. If you didn't, maybe you'll get one on this next one. In U.S. monuments, question number 9, what word precedes Frederica, McHenry, Monroe, Pulaski, and Union in the names of various U.S. national monuments? What word precedes? That means comes before. Frederica, McHenry, Monroe, Pulaski, and Union in the names of various U.S. national monuments. Mike and Michelle got 6 points already. That's pretty good. 6 out of 8. I bet you didn't get lip sync battle. I mean, if you got that one, kudos. By the way, I bought this screen here for my show that's supposed to make my microphone sound a lot better here. If you hear an audible difference, let me know. If it was a waste of money, also let me know on that. It wasn't that expensive. It was only like $20. But it's supposed to make my voice sound crisper, especially any P words I use. I don't know. These are still worth 1 point. 1 point. We're not in the mystery round. The mystery round's worth 2 points. And if you're watching the replay of this, it's because I'm watching the chat room. That's why I sometimes say things that aren't on the screen here. I'm responding to the chat room. And a reminder, you can always come and play it. If you miss a week, you can always come and watch the replay of it and play at home at any time during the week. All right, answer for question number 9 coming your way. What word precedes, that means before, Frederica, McHenry, Monroe, Pulaski, and Union in the names of various U.S. national monuments? That word is fort, because they're all forts. Every one of them was a fort. Hey, thanks, Dave. Appreciate that. So it wasn't a waste of money. That's good. Doctor, that would have been... That's pretty funny. Dr. Pulaski. Season 2, Star Trek. That might be a question on if we do a Star Trek one. All right. Final question of round number 1 of game number 2 in 70s music. In what 1973 song does the singer describe John, who is a friend of mine, Paul, a real estate novelist, and Davy, who's still in the Navy? Name the song. Guarantee Bobby would have got this one. Bobby! I actually think I've heard Bobby sing this one many a time. Jason Swanson. Is that J-Bone? That has to be J-Bone, right? Thanks for letting us use that Chill 7. Jason Swanson in the chat right now. That's, he's actually playing the music that you're hearing every week. One of the most talented bass players in the world. If you never heard him play, you should download the entire album of Chill 7, available now on iTunes. Thanks for joining, buddy. I miss ya. Next time you're in town, we're going to have to hang out and have a beer after the apocalypse. All right, question number 10. I'm sure J-Bone got it. In what 1973 song does the singer describe John, who is a friend of mine, Paul, a real estate novelist, and Davy, who's still in the Navy? That song, of course, by the legendary Billy Joel, is Piano Man. Piano Man. All right, that's it for round number 1 of game number 2. Those are all the 1-point questions. Post down there how many points you gotten in that round. Maximum of 10. Because we're going to move on to the visual mystery round. And the visual mystery round this week has to do with NFL teams. It's called Old NFL Logos. I'm going to show you an old NFL logo. And then you're going to tell me what current NFL franchise that's based on after seeing the old logo. 8 out of 10, 5, 6, all good scores. I thought the second game we'd have higher scores than the first game, but it seems like the first game you guys were on point. 4 for my ma. Ma, you better have gotten the MASH question right. Say 9? 9? Holy moly, 9? Jeez. Don't claim it too fast, Dave. Because these are a little tougher than you think. Some are easy, some are not. Alright. Let's get with the mystery round logos. Here's the first one. Name what current NFL franchise is based on its old logo. That's the first one. Everyone should have probably got that one. Old people trivia. Yeah, well. I'm old. Sorry. Was it because Buddha can't count to 10? I mean, you're there, Miss Jenny. You should be taking score. All right, that's the first logo. The second logo coming your way. That's the second logo. Tell me what current NFL franchise is based on that logo. All right, here's the third one. Tell me what NFL franchise is based off of that logo. Thanks again, J-Bone, for providing the music for my shows every week. Really appreciate that. He also provides the theme music for me and Ryan Hype show on this channel. You should check that out as well. Really, really cool. We use his bass solo as that one, and it's really good. That's Staying Home in Minnesota. We're going to have to film another episode of that coming up. We haven't filmed an episode of that in a while. We also have another, if you haven't checked out the Bruising Boxing, well, let's get to the fourth one here first, and I'll start talking about that. Here's the fourth one. Tell me what current NFL franchise is based off that logo. If you haven't watched Bruising Boxing yet, you need to check that out. We added Judge Jimmy James to the mix, and it just made that show that much better. It was fantastic before, and now it's a new level. Plus, me and Judge Jimmy James, Triple J as I like to call him, we're going to have a fantasy football show coming out, and it's going to debut here in a couple weeks, actually. So, Marcus, you might want to watch that show because you might be able to figure out some things that we like. Oh, yeah, he slaps the bass. He doesn't pluck it. He slaps that bass. All right, those are your 4 logos. I'm going to show them to you one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Write down just go on your list, write down 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then write the name of the team, the current team, both city and team. I need city and team, by the way. The current city and team. I should point that out. The current city of team of those 4 logos. J-Bone, say hi to Katie and all the kids for me. Miss them. I was really missing the Swanson Christmas party the last few years here. I always had a great time doing that. Maybe we'll have to post on the page the classic bet between me and Sweat in your cigar lounge that day on the channel. One of my favorite videos that Ryan Hype made. Alright, you guys done with the logos? I hope so, because the answers are coming your way now. Alright, the first logo. That's true. J-Bone and Sexual Z are on the first video on Pop Rocks Live. You gotta check out the YouTube Pop Rocks Live channel. If you haven't subscribed to that, you got to. You'll see J-Bone on there. You'll see Sexual Z on there. You'll see them all on there. Alright, the first one. That obviously was the Chicago Bears. Ditka, sausage, Polish sausage, Bears, the Bears. Put one up to the Bears. Or my favorite, Ditka versus a Hurricane. Now hold on. The Hurricane is Hurricane Ditka. Who would win? All right, the second one. That was the Los Angeles Chargers. Had to say the LA Chargers because they're not in San Diego anymore. That's the Los Angeles Chargers. And right there is my favorite Los Angeles Charger player. That is LT. No, you don't have to get all 4 of them. Each one of these is worth 2 points. 2 points apiece. It's the mystery round, so it's 2 points apiece. If you get it right, you get 2 points. If you don't get it right, you don't get any points. Each one is worth 2 points separately. And that's LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. And if you haven't seen the LT electric slide, look that up on YouTube. That is hilarious. All right, the third one. That was Carl's favorite team, the New York Giants. And they're just a fact of life. If you haven't seen the episode where Carl tries to bootleg NFL jerseys that he got made in Mexico, and it shows up and they say, instead of the Giants, they say the Nats. That is hilarious, the Nats. But Carl's most brilliant football mind we know. Third one was the Giants. The fourth one, huck it, chuck it, football. That was the Steelers. You know, Roethlisberger. You see the game? Roethlisberger, he hucked it, chuck it, football. Who doesn't love Carl? I dressed as Carl at Halloween at Miss Jenny's Halloween party once, actually. Yeah, there it is. Thanks, Keith and Azure. Don't go away. We still have the final question coming your way. I'm amazed you got 3 of those as well, Jay. All right, final question of game number 2. Final question of the night. This one's worth 5 points. And it's in TV casts. TV casts. So, final question here. Got all but the Giants. Yeah, well, the Giants was a tough one. This one's a little tough because not everybody watched the main show that this one's talking about. So I included a picture just to help you out. So, the final question worth 5 points in the category of TV casts. There are 4 TV series other than It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that have aired at least 25 episodes and that credit one of the 5 performers who play the main characters on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Name two of those 4 TV series. Note, this only includes credits on a scripted TV series in which the performers are not appearing as themselves. Those are the cast members down below there of It's Always Sunny. So, they have to be in at least 25 episodes of another series. If any of those cast members, there's been 4 shows where those cast members, or at least one of those cast members, were in another show 25 episodes of. So you need to give me two of the 4 that they have a credit in. Does that make sense? Should make sense. I hope it makes sense. And by the way, if you haven't watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you're missing out. That show is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So I included the picture just in case you don't watch that show. You can figure it out from the actors and actress in that. Figure out the second one, first one, whatever. So another way to put this, any of those actors, they had to appear in at least 25 episodes of another series for it to count as an answer and be credited in it. And they didn't have to, and they couldn't be playing themselves. All right, get 1 more minute and then we'll do the final answer here. Shout out one more time to Broken Clock Brewery for the Red Coats Are Coming Blood Orange New England IPA. Just absolutely delicious. Go check them out on their website. You can Google search Broken Clock Brewery in Minneapolis. Absolutely delicious. They have all sorts of great beers, and I thank them for being our beer brewery spotlight of the week. Definitely check them out. And I hear some of them might be playing trivia here tonight. And if so, I appreciate you guys checking it out. I know you guys liked our post, and I appreciate that. And if you guys want to be on again as our brewery spotlight, please send me a message or send it to Ryan, and we'll get it taken care of. All right, final question answer coming your way. There are 4 TV series other than It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that have aired at least 25 episodes and that credit one of the 5 performers who play the main characters on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Name two of those 4 TV series. Note, this only includes credits of a scripted TV series in which the performers are not appearing as themselves. So the 5 actors and actresses, in order there, are Charlie Day, Caitlin Olsen, Danny DeVito. What is his name? Someone help me out here. Well, Rob McElhenney is on the end. I can't think of what his name is. I know it in the answer because he's one of the answers. So, for some reason I'm blanking. All right, here are the 4. You need to get two of these right. First one everyone should have got. Danny DeVito in Taxi. Taxi is one of them. DeVito obviously was in, Glenn Howerton. Thank you. That is his name, Glenn Howerton. Danny DeVito was in 114 episodes of Taxi, well over the mark that we were looking for. Louis De Palma. All right, the second one, you need 2 out of the 4, as I said. Second one was AP Bio. That was Glenn Howerton. He was credited in 27 episodes. That is 2 over the 25 mark that we're looking for. AP Bio. I've never seen this show, but it actually sounds pretty cool when I was researching this. I'm going to have to check it out. I don't know if it's on any streaming service. It seems like it was a Netflix show. But I gotta check it out. All right, the next one I believe was on Fox for a long time. Well, not a long time. I believe it was just 1, maybe 2 seasons. And it was Rob's wife, Caitlin Olsen. She was in The Mick. She was in for 37 episodes of The Mick. Excuse me. All right, as I said, you needed 2 out of the 4. If you got one right now and you're waiting on the last one to find out if you got the 5 bonus points or not. The last one starred Glenn Howerton, I'll tell you that. Well, it didn't star him, but he was in more than 25 episodes. And that show was The Cleveland Show. He was in 31 episodes of The Cleveland Show. So if you got 2 out of the 4 there, give yourself 5 points. If you didn't get the 5 points. Let's see some scores in the chat room here. Let's see how you guys did in game number 2. Let's see some high scores. Hopefully some high scores. All right, let's see some scores here. 55. I can't drive. 55. I don't think you got 55, Ma. I think you got to add that up. 17 for Marcus, 15 for Emily, 19 for Sexual Z and Miss Jenny, 19 for Rye, 6 for my Ma. That sounds a little worse than 55, but well, if you haven't watched It's Always Sunny, you gotta watch it. I think you'd love it, Dave. It is hilarious. Although you can skip season 1, just jump to season 2. That's when DeVito joins the show. It's a lot better. MM Rich had 12. That's Mike and Michelle, I believe, right? Mom and Ken and Emily all got 15 points. Not a bad score. Much better than you did last week. I hope they got at least the taxi part. You should have got the other ones, Emily. I know you know that show. Mike and Michelle, I knew it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they got 12 points. The gang gets invincible. Yeah, that's a great episode. Kelly, you got the last one right. Congratulations. Curb Your Enthusiasm is hilarious, but you need to start from, like, season 3 or 4. Is that what all those little pieces of paper in my beer were? I ate it like, oh my God. Oh my God. Jars of mayo. That was from the episode of It's Always Sunny where they put a bunch of acid in Charlie's beer. And he didn't realize it. That's where Green Man makes his first appearance. And I have a Green Man costume, which I wore at a pop rock show once. And do another one to Buddha's Halloween party. Green Man. All right, that seems like it's all the scores. Any other scores we got out there that we didn't catch? Doesn't look like it. All right, everybody, as always, I want to thank you all very much for showing up. I always have a fantastic time doing this show. It's so much fun. Remember, this Friday we're going to do a theme night. So the theme night is going to be one category we're going to talk about the entire night. Raider Live on Facebook, search that out. And you can vote on what the first theme night is going to be. We're going to have a theme night every other Friday at 8 p.m. And, of course, we have trivia every Saturday. Please tell your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? You need to do that. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when our new shows come out. As I said, we have Brews and Boxing. We have Staying Home in Minnesota. We got a fantasy football show coming out with me and Triple J. And, check it out, please. I mean, we're already doing really good. We're a month in. We're over 100 subscribers. We got our custom URL. I really appreciate all that. I have a fantastic time with you guys, as always. Hope you like the new hat that flashes around, by the way. It matches the outfit. And I will see you guys this Friday, because this Friday we're going to have our first theme night We're going to have a good time with that. That'll be 8 p.m. Central. Make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you vote on what you want the first theme night to be. And then we'll also have the normal trivia on Saturday. So, I am Raider for Raider Live, signing out. Thank you all for joining us. Love you all. Stay healthy, stay safe. And I will see you on Friday.